Mr. Chairman, I actually really have enjoyed hearing the discussion here today on the bills. I think in preparation, my staff made this giant binder of homework that I had to go through. But I really wanted to kind of hear the discussion evolve because what I see on this issue generally is that you have two sides that are talking at each other or past each other, but not necessarily with each other. And I think it's really important. We've got parents in the room. Typically in an energy and commerce hearing, you don't see this level of engagement or people that have a tremendous interest in watching what happens in these hearings. But I think it's important that we get this right. It's incredibly important. I've got an 8-year-old, and thankfully he's not on social media, and I don't anticipate any time in the near future where he would be on social media. But kids are, and it's important that Congress gets this right. In the audience, we have Brandon Guffey from the state of South Carolina. He is a state legislator from the Rock Hill area, not my district. I represent the beach, which is a much better place, Brandon. But Brandon has made it his life's mission to go after sextortion. His son committed suicide as a result of a sextortion plot by a Nigerian man with 30 letters in his first name, I cannot pronounce it, messaging people on social media apps. And so the concern is absolutely there. As a parent myself, certainly he has done incredible work in the state of South Carolina, but beyond. That we have to get this right. And I think, again, I have a simple bill in this, the Kids Internet Safety Partnership Act, which I think encourages that dialogue, right? That it takes stakeholders, parental groups, social media companies, tech industries, big, small, medium, putting together best practices, not only for the companies, but for the parents too, on what to do and how to act and how to protect your children in this very connected environment. So I'm super happy with that. I'm happy that it's bipartisan and no one's talked any bad things about it today, so I think we're doing something right, I hope. Paul, I want to ask you something though. Your association published a child and teen privacy and safety principles, talking about data minimization, parental tools, transparency, and risk assessments. How well do you think that the partnership model like KISPA can do, the bill that I have, operationalize those principles, part one, and two, will your member companies commit to fully participating if Congress were to pass this and it were to be signed by the president?
Yeah, well, thank you for your question, and we appreciate your legislation as well. I think it's a really smart approach, and bringing more people together in a room to come up with solutions is always valuable, and especially here. Not every solution is going to be legislative. There are things that Congress can and should do. So I think that this is an area where a lot can be done on a voluntary basis, but it also needs some teeth from Congress, and we're supportive of turning data minimization for youth into law, prohibiting targeted advertising of youth. We think there's a really important, meaningful steps that can be taken, and the challenge is we may be able to bring together a number of companies that believe in upping their game and being more responsible and recognize the real concerns out there. But we don't know that that's going to be the case across the board, and very likely there will be some bad
Thank you for that. Real quick, I want to jump into the hot topic of the day, which is preemption. You like the House version preemption component as opposed to the Senate passed version. Is that fair to say?
With respect to, well, we believe in preemption. We think that preemption is an important concept to start with, because right now we have
that, and I've got 46 seconds, so I want to nail this down. You like the House version of the preemption better than the Senate version?
We're still reviewing that with our members, the specific language. Okay. But we believe there needs to be a strong national standard for everybody.
But Mr. Thayer, you do not like the preemption of the House version. Is that correct? Not as much as maybe the Senate version.
I'd prefer to be conflict preemption over as it relates.
The Senate version.
I believe the Senate version has something similar to what the House version has, but it's unclear right now as to whether or not this is a conflict preemption standard, but as it relates typically is a broader standard. And at DPI, we typically like incremental approaches to different policies. So the closer we can get to a conflict preemption standard, I think the better off we are.
Ma'am, and you like the conflict preemption standard over the broad preemption standard, is that correct? Ma'am?
Pardon me? Yes, we prefer conflict preemption to
Well,
relates
and
to.
unfortunately, Chairman, I'm out of time, because I actually really wanted to dive into like a legal argument about, or legal discussion about this, to kind of figure out like where the components are that really drive the differences. And are there ways to rectify that, right? I mean, you hear the arguments on the other side on why maybe a broad sweeping preemption would be beneficial. But then there are compelling arguments too on the other side of allowing states the flexibility to do their thing too. So unfortunately, Chairman, I'm out of time, so I yield back, but I still want to have that discussion with y'all.
Absolutely. All right, gentleman yields back. Now I recognize Representative Kelly for her 5 minutes of